down there in Tampa, giving a lecture because I'm speaking because I had to deal with that, constantly being harassed at the airports, and you guys know some of the stuff that I had to go through. And then when I go to Minnesota, it's because 5 of the young men in Minnesota, the Somali community, have been killing each other. And they want me to intercede and sit down and talk about how we can stop gangs. But it's it's really amazing. It's not amazing in a good way. It's like everybody calls us niggas. Realistically, right? And they say, oh, look at you stupid people. You're in this country. Look what happened to you. You don't know what you're doing. And then they come over here, and then in less time that it took for them to corrupt our communities, their children or their families go through the same thing. Less than a generation, because some of the people have not even been in the country 10 years. And so then there's a thing, okay, well, we understand what's going on, and some people still don't believe, and they think that, okay, well, I can do something about it. They understand the nature of the United States and the type of kufr that exists in this country, and how the system is designed, to no matter what you do, it's not really going to help your deen. And now with this LBGT thing growing, it's really blowing up the Muslim community. It's really not being spoken about as much, but there are a lot of teens who are, we used to worry about, some guy talking to our girls, right? We used to be worried about that, but now you have to worry about a girl talking to your girl. And the school telling them that it's okay. So, and that's the girls, the boys, the same thing. This whole homosexual mentality and keeping the young men from being men and the ladies from being ladies. And these are Islamic issues that have to be dealt with straightforwardly and stuff like that. And then also the other thing of the people wanting to fit in and sagging and doing the things like that, riding the fence, and either dying or going to jail. That type of situation. So, if I'm not here before that, then that's what I'm doing, and then I'm coming back and not missing a beat to be back in the classroom. So I need you guys not to, you can't quit. There's no. The kuffar are not quitting. The kuffar are putting forth effort every moment of their time. And if we look at Islamic history, we always see this extreme effort on the part of the kuffar to, like, when they invade our lands, they're away from home. Think about that. When they invade our lands and they stay in their land, look at how dedicated these missionary people are. They go live in our countries, okay? Learn our language, okay? Stay there and spend every effort to send every information they can back to their country so that they can corrupt us and find out whatever minerals, whatever things, whatever's going on politically to control us. They don't worry about having a day off or party or having, they don't worry about that. And we go along, we want to take it easy. It's too much. What? No, I'm not going for it. You come, alhamdulillah. You don't come, alhamdulillah. We're going to still be here. I'm going to be here as much as I can, to teach the class. But I'm not going to say that it's right to take a day off. It's not. It's the commitment is from we gave our word with heart and head to praise Allah till we drop dead. So that's what we're going to do, inshallah ta'ala. I think everybody understands where I stand on that?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't mean to say that you're not tired. There's one thing my Shaikh told me. I was memorizing Quran in Egypt, and we were getting close towards the end. And my Shaikh, he told me, okay, you have to move out of your house. And I was like, okay, why? Not like here, you don't really question your Shaikh overseas, like over here, you say, like, I got a choice. Well, I'm not thinking. I was like, okay, just tell me why. He says, because as you get closer to memorizing the Quran, more fitness. Shaitan's going to work harder, okay, to stop that from happening. And how he's going to do it, he's going to make something happen in your family, so that you're going to distract something you have to pull away from, So I said, well, if I leave, will it still happen? Yeah, it still might happen, but at least you won't be there. You won't be able to, you won't be able to do anything about it till you finish, and that's the bottom line. Because you won't know about it. I didn't have a cell phone like that, so they could call me or anything. So I moved out of the house, right? And I said goodbye, I told my family, next time you see me, I'll be a hafiz. I'm never coming back unless I finish, okay? And I said, Assalamu alaikum. I got my bag, and I went and I moved in with this one ustad. You know, we have Shaikh, we have ustad. He's teaching in the school. He's a hafiz himself, but he would be a Shaikh here. But over there, we consider him like a little Shaikh, you know? So I moved in with him, and he moved his wife to his mother's house, his mother-in-law's house, okay? Look at this dedication, okay? He moved his wife out and his baby. She didn't have no problem. They went and everything like that. And he gave her money. He was, you know, because she was like, hey, well, you let me go shopping or something. And I was like, man, he's breaking bread, you know, to let her be comfortable with being at her mother's house. And we spent 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks or so, we were at his house. And we were memorizing and everything. And it was a 24-hour process for 2 weeks. I was with him every moment of the day, okay? And sometimes he would get tired, he would go to sleep. He says, when you finish memorizing this page, this section, wake me up, I'll test you on it, okay? And I said, well, I don't want to wake you up, you know, because, you know, I want to let you sleep. He said, no, listen, the tiredness will go away, the barakah will stay. You know, and this was his mentality. The tiredness, it'll go away, but the barakah, because you're going back to the United States. Everybody you teach, I want a piece of that. You know, that's the mentality. He didn't say those words, but that was the mentality. You get my point? So the tiredness, our tiredness will go away. Inshallah ta'ala. We get the rest in the grave, and it'll be, we want it there. You know, we don't want to look down on any good deed that we do. Inshallah ta'ala. So, fahmeen? Fahmeen. Inshallah ta'ala. This is where, you know, we go to another section. Some of this stuff you may already know already. But this is, we're going still A1 Arabic, basic things. And if you just had a few words, you can start communicating in your basic day-to-day life. Does that make sense? No. So, you know, if we're going to put these words up here, if you put these words up here, you don't have to say anything else that you're going. You can explain everywhere you're going with just maybe these 6 words, right? Going to, coming from, it is or it is not. Using these words right here, you can apply them with these words. You use ana, wa huwa, wa hiya, wa nahnu. You follow me, guys?
Yes.
Then you have, you know, these particular animals here. You can call anything flying a bird. You don't need to know the name of the bird, right?
No.
You can call any fish, you call it a hoot. Allah uses the word hoot in the Quran for the hoot that swallowed Yunus and the hoot that jumped out Musa's boat. So it's a small fish, because it wasn't a whale up in Musa's boat. Musa was strong, but he didn't have a whale in the boat with him, right? So we have a small fish and a big sea animal, right? Cat, dog. If you use the words big, you can call, if you want to call a lion, just call him a big cat. Call a wolf a big dog, right? If you don't know what it is, call it a monkey, okay? A little, like if it's a weasel or something like that, or a spider, you know, hasharat, kalpirda, right? You'll get it, except I do say that all the animals in the Quran you should know. You are responsible for knowing all the animals in the Quran and the bugs in the Quran, because they're there. Then hot and cold, big and small, and we can use big and small and hot and cold for lots of different things, for lots of different adjectives. Does that make sense? Yes. And then the word jiddan, you know, if you understand, that's intensity, you know, in that. And then these are the basic colors. You know, if you knew these colors right here, you don't have to know a magenta in Arabic, right? You don't have to know purple, and you know, you don't need to know that, not A1. When you get to, you know, native speaking, you'll be able to do those. But at the first step, just know the basic colors: black, white, blue, green. You know, these are the main colors in the world right here. Red for the fire, yellow for the gold, right? You're good. So write this down. When I was driving here, the Salah came as well.
What about brown?
Right. Even though brown is a major color.
It's still considered like black. That's what.
No. Even though brown is a major color in the world, because you have the 3 major colors are blue, green, and brown.
Yeah.
Okay?
Bun.
لا يا دكتور أنا لا أريد أن تتكلم هكذا. You see why I'm always fighting this guy? It's because we have to work on the weakest link. We have to work at the lowest level of Arabic. Not that everybody here is on the lowest level, but we keep it on the basic level. Okay? The reason why it's not amongst the, is it part of the rainbow?
No.
You get my point? So it's okay. It's okay. We can understand it. Black, white, blue, green, red, yellow. Work in there. If you want to say brown, say red. Do it like the Bloods do in LA. You know, when I was living in LA, I realized that they consider brown, if you wear brown, it's kind of like red. So, yeah. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So, do we have any questions about these words here? I started writing in Arabic. I shouldn't write in Arabic. I write in English. I mean, what do you call it? Transliteration. Abyad. Say it.
Abyad.
Abyad. Aswad. Azraq. Ahmar. Asfar. Akhdar. Shughl. S-H-U-G, a capital G here. Shughl. I'm sorry. Shughl. Now there's lots of different ways we could say this, but I want to teach you a basic way that you could use to, because when you say this word shughl, it's very comprehensive. It's like business. It's my whatever is purses, whatever. If I say my shughl, it ain't your business. Mind your business. How you say mind your business? What's shughl? My shughl. Right. You can say da'ni wa sha'ni, but if you say easier, just two words, my shughl. If I say, what are you doing? My shughl. Ain't your business. Right? You can say shughli. I'm shughli. I'm doing something personal. Shughli. You fahmed it? So the word I said shughl here because it's general. You see some of the Arab people are laughing, right? They say, yeah, they're shughl. Somebody tell you my shughl, you're gonna okay, all right. Peace. Right? We say souk. Say souk. Bait. Real simple, right? Do I have to say masjid? Masjid's masjid, right? Except for that, we call it jamia overseas. Okay? So sometimes you won't have to say school, you say jamia. Jamia is the masjid. The masjid was the school too. You get my point? But here in the United States, we use the word masjid, which is a proper term. So you know masjid. Madrasa, say it.
Madrasa.
Funduk. Now, funduk is not something you would use. I mean, actually, when you go, except to go on a Hajj or Umrah, you would never have to stay in a funduk if you go to outside, if you go to Africa or the Middle East or something like that, you really never have to stay in a hotel. Okay? I don't see why you would. But you need to know the word to get out of the customs and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Funduk. So you have to know the word, but you really should not have to stay in a funduk. Abadan. And if you have family or friends over there, if you stayed in a funduk and they knew, you just ruined that relationship. Because they're not going to understand why you decided to stay in a funduk and you got people over there that you know. They just it's a different world. Mustashfa. Fa. And it's important to understand what does mu in front of a word mean? No, it doesn't mean place necessarily. It means one who has the quality, right? I don't want you to say the person who has the quality, because then what do you do with mustaqim? You get my point? So it's one who has, Allah gives life and gives characteristics to whatever He wants, right? So mu is one who has the qualities. What is ista? Say that?
Ista.
Don't say sta. Ista. Because in Arabic, we don't put two consonants next to each other and combine them like a diphthong. We don't say sta, like in stay. You get my point? The one sound is mus. Now take your tongue off the makhraj and go ta. Mus ta. You guys get the point? And that's why a lot of people get wrong when they say an'amta. Say it.
An'amta.
But they say an'amta. You get my point? They mix it, they put it together. It's an, ta. Right. Mustashfa. So the mus, the one who is, the ista is to seek. Right? When I say astaghfirullah, I am seeking the ghafar of Allah. Right? So mu ista, the one who, or the place now that you seek what? Ash-shifa. You see the word there? Shifa. So it's the place you go to seeking shifa. You feeling? You understand me?
Yes.
I said you feeling. I'm talking Arabic. Yani fahmin? Hey, alhamdulillah. So understand the binad, the makeup of the word, and to help you appreciate it more. Sah? Okay. What's that? Mustash. Not musta. Mustash. Fa. Mustash. Fa. If you learn how to speak it properly, it'll help you all throughout other words that you say. Remember, there's no two consonants next to each other helping each other. The vowel sound is coming from the previous letter. And then the new consonant is picking up a new sound. Does that make sense? Okay. Now we have, did I give you these words? I gave you player, right? Player, I told you, let's say hoot. Say hoot.
Hoot.
And we know qitta. And qitta is very easy because that's where the word cat comes from. The word cat comes from qit. Don't we call it a kitten? Qitta. It's from Arabic, you know. Remember, we're taking back things that they took from us. And we just didn't realize. So a qitta is a kit. Okay? They just mispronounced the qaf and made it a K. Dog is kalb. You should know it. It's in the Quran. Qirda. It's a monkey. You know, we call baqarah, right? Now you can use this for any baqarah, any type of baqarah, just because you don't need, you just remember you're in A1 Arabic, you're taking one step. So if you say baqarah and someone who's speaking Arabic, no, you're not talking about a baqarah or something, they get the point. You get my point? I heard a joke the other day that when the Indians from India first met the, the colonizers, they thought they were on skinny cows. Because they were riding horses. Why would you come over here with these skinny cows? You know? So if you're not used to, and the Europeans, when they went back to Africa, they drew the unicorn, they were actually drawing a rhinoceros. You know, so they were like, hey, we saw something look like a horse and it had a horn out, and then the artist drew a unicorn. And that's where they came up with the unicorn thing. Okay? So, alhamdulillah, so things get stretched out that way. Bugs, say just the word hasharat. Any type of hasharat, okay? Now, batted, say batted. Batted. And har. With 3 R's. Har. Okay? Small is saghir. And big is kabir. And if you want to make it really big, you say kabir. You know, because Arabic is an expressive language. Just by stretching it like that, we understand it's kabir or kabir. Right? You guys get the point? Okay. Now, we can say innahu, it is. Innahu. And with that little word, you can say a lot. Okay? Innahu barid, innahu ha, innahu ahmar, innahu madrasa. Even though that's not proper, innaha madrasa, but you can still say it and people will understand you. Right? We're not studying nahwu wa sarf here. You guys get my point?
No.
So, laysa.
Laysa.
It is not. Now you can say innahu laysa. Right? Innahu laysa azraq. You guys follow me? Then say it. Innahu laysa azraq. Innahu abyad.
Innahu abyad.
Follow me? Ay, walhamdulillah. Innahu qit. Innahu kalb. Innahu laysa baqara. Qirda. Okay? So, where we at? Dhahibun ila. Dhahibun ila. Now you can say, if you're a woman, you say ذاهبة إلى. ذاهبة إلى.
ذاهب إلى.
ذاهب إلى. Again. Now, ladies, if you say ذاهب إلى, nobody's going to say you're wrong. But it's better to say ذاهب إلى. Say it. And جئت من. I'm sorry. I'm writing English. I'm in Arabic. جئت من. Okay? And you might want to say mina. And then whatever you say. Min al madrasa or min al bayt or min masjid or min al suq or whatever, okay? But you say min or mina, okay? And you add it. Now, with what I have written right here, you should be able to make at least 100 statements. Right? How many, when everybody went to high school in the United States and they give you those, the master lock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they gave you, how many? You had 3 numbers, right? How many combinations they say they make with that, right? There's so many different algorithms you can make. Now look at this. We're just coming from going to it is not and it is. And just these words right here, how many sentences can you make?
A lot.
You can make a lot, right? هيا تعال هنا أيوب هارون هاتي بالبنت. You guys understand that? So your homework will be to make at least 30 sentences. How many sentences?
30.
At least. Say at least.
At least.
At least. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You know, it's so many words. And you guys have other words, don't you, right?
Yes.
All right then. You can make some sentences. And it has to show contextual understanding. Okay? In the use of the word. Because you have all the rooms in the house. Sah? Okay. Now, everybody knows, how do you say car?
Sayara.
Okay, how do you say plane? I'm not trying to let you do that. Right with your hand. Ta'ira, right? So that's like player. Even if you forgot and you said it's a player. You know? You get my point?
Nah.
People going to get your point that you want a ta'ira, right? How do you say boat?
Safina.
Safina. Safina to Nuh, right?
Hoot.
Not hoot. But if you get lost, you can say, I run jet to the TV in the hoot. You know, people can say, hey, well, alhamdulillah. They say, give me some. So, what else is there to ride? You know? Sorry? No. We're not worrying about daraja.
You said, oh, I thought you said.
No, I said I wasn't going to talk about daraja because it's not important. You know, basically you're going to take a sayyara. If you're taking a bus, you call it sayyara kabir, right? I'm trying to make your vocabulary concise but comprehensive. With few words, you can say most things you need to do at the first level. Remember, fluency is not being able to say everything that a native can say, okay? Because fluency takes 6 steps, right? The first step of fluency is being able to describe my name, where I'm from, who I am, where I'm going, what I want, you know, in general, right? And so, as long as I know what food I eat, I can ask for it. As long as I can say uridu, right? Uridu an or uridu. Uridu an, do something. Uridu, that thing. That's the difference. La uridu. Right? La uridu. La uridu that thing, or la uridu an, do that thing. And so what things are there? We'll deal with that later. I haven't given you the verbs that I want you to know, but there are certain things that you do every day. You need to start thinking about what you do every day. Right? You know, you wake up, you sit down, you stand up, you walk. Some basic things. You know? But you don't even have to say walk. You could just say that, I don't want to go. You know, that encompasses going on your feet and going in the car and on the boat and all that other stuff, right? Okay, where are you coming from? Jittu min. Jittu min as-suq. Is there any way you can get that confused? What's say anything? Name some place besides here that this cat can't say. Any place here, any type of business, any type of place you come from that you can't say by using these words?
More.
The mall, what about the souk?
Souk?
Yeah? No, you don't have to say souk kabir, just souk, just 2 minutes souk. Sugary. Yeah, they have the shatney. Yeah, certain things, you don't have to give all the details. Yo, I have to take care of some sugar. Hey, you sugar, Liana. Park? Madrasa.
Library.
Yeah?
Library.
I would say Funduk al-Kutub, souk. Yeah, I would say that souk al-Kutub. Right? You say I want to souk al-Kutub or madrasa al-Kutub. You can say either thing. People are going to realize that your madda, the material that you're using, is limited.
Yes.
So as long as you are clear on what you are saying, they can follow you. You get my point? They can understand what you're saying. And that's the point here. And you can follow, because then what you're doing, you have to have the mindset every time you're talking that you're getting a free lesson. Okay? You talk, you say, أريد أن أذهب إلى سوق الكتب. Your nigga say, تريد أن تشتري؟ لا أريد أن أقرأ. Oh, تريد أن تقرأ فقط؟ Nah. Hey, they will understand that you don't want to buy the book, you want to read the books. تريد أن تذهب إلى مكتبة؟ نعم مكتبة. You get it? And then you go. So every time you as long as you have some basic words, you can, as long as your head is open, don't be pigeonholing your understanding. You know, I know this, and if I hear any word besides this word or pronounced any different way, I can't understand it. You will never understand. Okay? You have to have it open and be ready to take in a lot and try and stumble and even get laughed at. Laugh too. You know what I'm saying? Say, yeah, that was funny. Now tell me the real deal. You know, Sa'iduni, right? Help me. Hey, Yaduni, right? Daluni, right? We know the word dalil, right? You say daluni. Give me some dalil. Right? So, alhamdulillah, you can even say ihdina. Using the Quran in Arabic is the easiest way to add vocabulary to what you want to say. Okay? Iqtibas, taking from the Quran and doing, like I said, hal min mazid, right? You get some good food, you say hal min mazid. You know, people say, okay, good, you have some extra. Yeah. You know, the context used in the Quran doesn't have to be the same way. You know? But alhamdulillah, the language is going to be rich enough to understand. This is what I wanted to offer you guys today. Okay? I want to keep this so then after the salah, that everybody can go home. Inshallah. Now, and if you have to go home now, then, because we want to keep it.
Are you going to stick to 6:30?
Yes, I'm going to stick to 6:30, because it's still 6:30. You know, our times for the salah changed, but it's still 6:30. You know, and a lot of the men at least don't get off work in a couple of time to get here at this time. You see, he's still coming and just got in from work. You know, so and Abu Abdul Karim, he's still at his store. He doesn't close it at this time. I think until the salah or something like that. So that's the case. But it's still early enough. The ladies can, you know, we can break out. You know, inshallah. And we'll keep making up our time of working like that. Those people stay and have to come sit with the chef. And you guys start testing. Let's go. لا لو سمحت.
الصلاة.
لا ليس الصلاة، الامتحانات. تعطيهم امتحانات والاختبارات في الكلام. أول شخص دكتور يوسف. هيا بنا. قم واذهب. تفضل.
That'll be the second time.
That's right. Let's go. مرة الثانية. مرة الثانية.
كفاية. كفاية أخي.
That's how she gets it.
Any questions for me?
I thought it was 8 o'clock. It's only 7.
Anybody have any questions for me? No, I didn't because I had a couple of things to do. But I'm so happy that I got the.
That won't be no one.
Yeah,
We need to talk to you.
Okay, I'll speak to him.
Understand more about it, because I didn't know what to say.
No, I'm gonna go on. Anybody else got anything? Assalamu alaikum. How's everything? Kul shayin khair? MashaAllah, we missed you. Alhamdulillah. I'm hoping that they can help you get back up to speed and everything like that. It's not much. It's not much. Okay. Yeah, I was giving some of this to whoever's. You was?
He's leaving? I guess.
We definitely have